guys, it's Kimber, and I get to talk to you today about essential oils and supplements that I use during my pregnancy. Now, as you can see, I have a guest here today helping me talk. He actually fell asleep on me as I was getting ready for this, so he's snoozing. But this is Kingston. He is a little over 2 months old, and he is my third baby. However, he is the first that I got to use essential oils with during my pregnancy and labor. I will say that it made such a big difference compared to the other two. I just saw a difference in my level of comfort during my pregnancy and labor, and also just my peace of mind in knowing that I was using quality toxin-free products and quality supplements during a time when that's so important. Now I know also that we're not all in this phase of life right now, but hopefully you can pass this information on to maybe a sister, a friend, a coworker, a daughter, who this might be useful for, or maybe you'll be in this phase someday. Now, what's interesting is that although I enjoyed using oils so much during this pregnancy, being pregnant and nursing is actually one of the reasons where I hesitated to dive into oils for quite a few years. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I've been into natural living for quite a while. But anytime I would think about essential oils or would start to read about them or try to figure out which ones I should start using, I would get so overwhelmed by all the information out there. I just didn't know which ones were okay, which ones were safe during pregnancy and nursing. And so I just kind of pushed it away and I said, okay, I'm not going to deal with that right now. It's too much. I will dig into them when I'm out of this phase of life. Well, this phase of life has lasted quite a while. And I also had some stuff come up in our family where I decided I wanted to be a prepared mom and wife. And so I went ahead and I dug into essential oils, and I am so glad that I did. The thing that I found is that using them during pregnancy and nursing is really not that complicated. There's a lot of conflicting information out there, but really if you do some good research, get some good resources, and use high quality essential oils as part of a great community, you're going to find them to be such a great blessing during this time. And so I'm excited to share with you some of the main staples that I used. A couple guidelines though, first having said that, is that it's really important to dilute during pregnancy when you're using oils topically. The rule of thumb is to dilute as you would for a child. And so that means starting off with 1 drop of essential oil per tablespoon of carrier oil, and then you can work your way up to 1 drop of essential oil per teaspoon of carrier oil if needed. So just go low and slow during this time. Also, as I mentioned, you'll find a lot of different lists out there of which oils are safe for pregnancy, which oils aren't, which ones to avoid, and the lists aren't all going to look the same. And so what I personally stuck to was staying within a comfort level for me. And so that meant if there was a specific need I had or a specific body system that I was trying to support, chances are that there's going to be more than one oil that can work for that. And so when in doubt, go with the oil that most people agree is great for pregnancy. Because if there's an oil that you're unsure of and you go ahead and use it despite your hesitations, it's no fun to feel stressed during pregnancy. That's not good for you or the baby, or to be worrying. And I know myself and a lot of other moms will sometimes use things or do things or take things that then make us nervous later. So I say, do your research and then go with your gut and just pick the ones that across the board most people agree are great, and you can feel just confident in that over your pregnancy. And that's as far as ones that you're using on a regular basis. That was my rule of thumb, and it made it really easy during my pregnancy. I'm going to start off sharing some of the oils that I enjoyed. So first up is peppermint. I had a really tough first trimester with all of my kiddos. And so this little guy was great to help me get over the nausea. It just took off the edge for a little bit. So I sometimes diffused it, but I really like just taking the cap off and taking a few deep breaths of peppermint from the bottle. That helped me just so I was maybe able to get a little bit of food down or complete a task, or to feel good enough for a little bit so that I could end up falling to sleep and getting some of the rest that I needed. And then as your belly grows, your skin is gonna need some extra support. So my favorite for that were this pair. I used lavender and frankincense. There are a lot of amazing whipped body butter recipes out there that you can make, or you can just go the simple route and you can mix the two of these in some coconut oil and apply that to your belly. I did that daily, sometimes twice a day if I remembered, and it was just so great to keep my skin smooth and supple and feeling awesome. And the added benefit is that these oils are very calming too, so that's great. Speaking of calming, during pregnancy, it's a time where your emotions can be pretty up and down and your moods can be up and down. So it's great to have some extra support with that. And my go-to for my emotions was Peace and Calming, or Peace and Calming 2. This is just such a sweet, relaxing scent. And so I love diffusing it, especially in the evenings. Or if I found a time where I was feeling especially anxious or worried about things, or just finding that I was not constant in my emotions, I loved applying this topically on my chest, on my wrist, behind my ears, just to help keep me calm. The cool thing about that is because I did this consistently to support my emotions during pregnancy, is that I found that it was so calming to me during my labor. So this is my choice also to diffuse and to apply during labor when I needed that calming. Then during pregnancy also, as your belly grows, you have that weight up front and you're gonna feel some different aches and pains. For me, that was in my back. And so I loved Valor, or Valor 2 for that. They sometimes call this the chiropractor in the bottle. And so I would mix this with some carrier oil and have my sweet husband massage it on my back. And a bonus with this is that this oil has a scent that it's an empowering oil. It's great for courage, especially during the end of pregnancy when you might have some fears about birth or what's to come with having the baby. This is great for support with that also. And then lastly, I love my Tranquil Roll-On. Sleep can get a little rough at the end of pregnancy when it's hard to get comfortable, or maybe you have a racing mind. And so I would just swipe this on. I like to put it behind my ears, on my wrist, sometimes on my big toe. And it is so easy just to grab from the nightstand, no matter how exhausted you are. Roll this on. It has such a great scent, and enjoy the sweet, deep sleep. Now, as far as supplements, I know we talked about Ningxia a lot in the previous days, and I'm going to bring it up again. This was great during pregnancy. We know that it supports all of the body systems. It's full of antioxidants. And the way that I found it most helpful for pregnancy is, one, for energy, a time where that might be lacking. And then also pregnancy is a time where your digestive system can be a little bit wonky. And Ningxia is great for digestive support. And so I would take 1 ounce of this daily, usually in the morning, followed by a tall glass of water, or sometimes another ounce in the afternoon if I needed a little energy pickup. And then next up is Master Formula. I'm not very into multivitamins or anything because a lot of the ones on the market are filled with all kinds of synthetic ingredients and are in forms that are not right for your body to absorb. But I was so impressed by the ingredient list and the forms of all of the vitamins and minerals that are in Master Formula. It is a blend of certified organic whole food extracts. It is full of B vitamins that are important for pregnancy, especially energy. It also has a prebiotic, which is great paired with a probiotic for digestive health, which I'll talk about in a minute. And another thing I really love that is not very common in a multivitamin is vitamin K2. If you haven't heard of vitamin K2, it's one that's being talked about a lot more these days. I suggest that you go ahead and do some research on that, and I think you'll be really impressed. As far as pregnancy, K2 is really important for fetal development. And these come in these handy little packets that you can open up. It's 4 capsules, but they're in a nice little plastic sachet that you can just rip open, so you're not having to open a bunch of different bottles, or it's easy to carry with you on the go. And then speaking of probiotic that I mentioned, Life 5, or Young Living now has Life 9, which just has some extra strains in it, is awesome for your digestive health. I think that everyone should be on a probiotic for their gut health, but it's especially important during pregnancy when you do need some extra support with your digestive system. Also, if you have a vaginal delivery, your gut health is very important for determining your baby's gut health as it comes out of the birth canal. That's going to set the tone for your baby's birth health, its gut health for the rest of its life, based on the good bacteria that you have. So it's a great time to be taking your probiotic, eating lots of fermented foods, cutting out sugar as much as possible. Next up is Omega-Gize. Omega-Gize has omega-3s, CoQ10, and vitamin D3. Now, omega-3s are extremely important during pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester when the baby's brain is doing a lot of development. It's also great for mama with her stress, her moods, and joint health. So this is one that I would not miss out on. And then another one that I took daily was the Super C. I took the chewable because my 2 other kiddos love taking the Super C, and so I just bought one that we could all easily take. Vitamin C we know is good for the immune system, and during pregnancy it's a time when your immune system can be a little bit down and need some extra support, so it's great for that. But not only that, but vitamin C has been found to help in building a healthy placenta. And also vitamin C is really important for iron absorption. And we know that iron is something that a lot of people can be lacking or having a hard time with during pregnancy. And so vitamin C is its partner in helping you get the most iron out of the foods that you are eating. So those were my main go-tos during my pregnancy, and I found that it just made my pregnancy so enjoyable and so smooth, and it was great to have that high quality support during that time. Now, as far as the big day, the big Labor Day, I packed all kinds of oils in my bag, and I won't share that with you here now in this video, but I did write a blog post on that. So if you're interested, I will link that so that you can check out what oils I took for that and which ones I found helpful. All right, thanks guys, bye.